how is everyone doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Um, how is I hope you guys had a good day. I think for me, I'm buzzed. I've had such a wonderful day. I think I've finally cracked the hack. So instead of like just relaxing a little bit before the live, I decided to actually go on a quick walk on my treadmill, and then after that I was like, okay, let me go take a shower. I had such a wonderful time scrubbing myself in like lactic acid. It was such a wonderful experience, and now I'm so buzzed for you guys. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Hello D levels, thank you for joining us tonight. Everybody, please hit that like button. That is the only thing I ask of you guys tonight. We're going to be talking about Martell Holt. We're going to talk a little bit about Destiny and her dating. I'm going to be playing some clips for you guys. And we're also going to talk a lot about Monique Samuels because she did a recent interview, and so I really want us to get into it. There are some things that she exposed about her ex husband that a lot of us were not privy to, we had never heard of. And I want us to talk about that as well. So we have quite a bit to talk about. So please hit that like button. And yeah, like, please joining on the conversation. It makes it fun for all of us in the chat. All right. So let's start with the Martell of it all, because I know that that's what some people came for. And I'm just like, all right, let's give the people what the people came for. So I am going to be playing the clips, like I said, because it's clips from the show and like what we're going to be seeing on the show. I need to pause it at separate times just to make sure just to make sure everything is all on the way and I don't get copyright issues.
How you think he gonna get you a man if you ain't?
I know that's your standard.
Did you hear this man say, how do you think you're gonna get a man if you're not, giving him some ass? Like, what are we doing? He didn't use the word ass, by the way, just FYI. But still. So you feel like she has to be having sex before she can get a man? That's wild to me. Sir, you have daughters as well.
But I have a standard.
I mean, I think that'd be an issue with women trying to hold out with the man.
You have an issue with women trying to hold out on the man. That is so weird to me. It's like, it's my body. If I don't want to give you my body, I have the liberty to hold that until I'm ready to do so. You should also do the same for yourself if you respected yourself and your body. So I don't really understand why Martell is acting like it's something out of the blue for a woman to not want to have sex just because she is dating.
So you just think that every woman that goes on a date with someone should just be sleeping with everybody they're gonna?
Good question, Destiny, because he's not okay. You can't be okay. If you think that every single person that you go on a date with means that you need to be giving something to, that is very, very weird. I'm just saying.
A date with?
It's different to say, oh, let's have a party.
That's the thing about Martell. But are we surprised? Martell is the same person who can keep it in his pants, never kept his penis in his household. So it's like, you can't expect someone like Martell to have anything very helpful to say when it comes to dating. So, but I am glad that Destiny was calling it out. At the end of the day, there's no way you're basically saying to this woman that if she needs to be putting out if she wants to be in a relationship. Women and men are allowed to have their own standards. Your standards could mean you don't want to give it to someone you're casually dating. Your standards could be, I don't want to have no sex until I'm married. Whatever your standard is your standard. And nobody should be able to come and make you feel like, oh, you should be putting out. If you don't want to put out, don't put out. That should be the reality. There's no need to put out if you don't need to, if you don't feel like you want to, essentially. Tommy says Martell is disgusting. Absolutely is. Absolutely is. We all know this is who Martell is. Um, I think that it was even a bit more measured. The Martell that we know, or at least that we've experienced, may have even had a lot more to say. But I guess we'll have to watch the whole episode to see what really comes out of that. But it is definitely very, very weird. Destiny is having sex, period. Same old scripted lies. Denise, you may be right. She may be having sex, but I don't think she's having sex with the people on this show. I don't get the impression that she would want to be exposed in that way. She knows these people cannot keep their mouths closed. I don't think she'll be stupid enough to be having sex with someone like Will, for instance. Will has already shown us that Will has no filter. There ain't nothing Will ain't gonna say out of his mouth. Will has already shown us he's about that life. He wants to hit it and quit it, basically. So I don't think she would be. She may be having sex privately somewhere else. I don't know, but she may be. But I don't think she's having sex with any of the people on the show. Okay. Let me see. D. Hello, D. Harford. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. How are you doing? Um, they're giving her a platform to clean up her whole lifestyle. It could be. It could be. It could be that I do think that they don't really have a storyline for her, and they don't really have much of a storyline for even the others on the group. So it's just like I guess seeing her date is the storyline. So us seeing her getting out, getting to meet people, going on dates. I wish that she would date men that are not on the show already, or already have some affiliations with the show, because I think it sends the wrong message. Even if it may not necessarily be the message that she wants it to send, but it is sending the wrong message because it kind of gives very much a pass around vibe. Because it's like, oh, out of everyone in Huntsville, why are you dating these same people? Or why are you going out with Will, for instance? Why are you going out with the god brother of Lance? It just feels very too close to home. It just feels like she's just like taking them one after the other. First, you had a crush on Kimmy's son. Then the next thing you're dating Lance. Then the next thing after Lance, you're now dating Will, even though not officially, you're getting to know him. Then now you are dating, what was the name of the god brother? I can't remember his name. It just feels like if that's not your intention, then it still looks very messy. So I do think that yes, the way she's dating all these people, and the fact that she's dating all these people that are in the same circle, gives that HOE vibe. You know what I mean? Like it gives that vibe, and that's what she's on. Even if, in reality, she may not be doing anything with them. Denise says you have a good point. Yeah, I think that was in relation to me saying that Destiny may not necessarily be having sex, at least on the show, but she is definitely not letting them portray her in the right light. Absolutely. D says, I'm well happy for the weekend. Honestly, me too. I'm trying to figure out if I can get a massage booked with my therapist for tomorrow, because I'm feeling some aches in certain places. I'm like, oh, I need a deep tissue. But yeah, what are you doing this weekend? Are you doing anything interesting, D? D. Hufford says Martell sounds so gross. Absolutely, he is gross. I think for him, the way he sounds about sex is very, just in general, I think concerning. I think people like him always feel like sex is the end and be all of the relationship, when it's like, yeah, sex is great, but then there are other things that are needed for a long lasting committed relationship. So yeah, I just feel like Martell, majors on the minor instead of like really, you know, majors on the minor instead of minoring on the majoring on the minor. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but bottom line, Martell is definitely majoring on the minor. Like, yes, sex is great, but then that does not mean that she needs to be opening her legs to every single man that she goes out on a date with. How many people do you think she would be giving herself to if she was doing that? Especially if she's dating the way she's dating on the show. Doesn't make sense at all. D says, why is she allowing them to portray as a ho ho ho? I will say, I feel like one, I think that she thinks the fact that she's not having sex with them will soften the blow a little bit for the viewers. That's what I think it is. I think she feels like, yes, they may feel like, oh, she's moving around and stuff, but then if she focuses and talks about the fact that, oh, she ain't having sex with them, then people may just think about it as like, okay, she's a single woman who's dating. It's not like she's sleeping with any of these people. And so that's why I feel like it's probably very important to her. That's why she keeps clarifying that she's not sleeping with these people, because she also knows how it's coming across. I also wonder if it's a thing where you do anything for a storyline and you know this is the only storyline that you got as a single person. So she's just like, well, what else am I going to do? Hello, Bajan. Good evening. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. D says, I have to finish decorating and cleaning my house for the holidays and I have some work to do. Okay. Oh, sounds cool. To be honest, I'm very jealous of people that decorate for the holidays. I feel like I need to really get into that space, but like for me, I never really decorate. The only thing I do, which is like it's a huge thing for me every December, I like to like completely like declutter and just like get rid of like majority of my things, and usually it's always in like great condition because I may wear the things like maybe once or some I've never even worn before, and I just like give them to charity every December. And that's just like that's part of what I'm planning to do tomorrow as well. But yeah, maybe one of these days I need to add like decorating for the holidays to like my Christmas plans. Tommy says it's weird that Destiny's only storyline is around men and not her job and stuff she does. Seems like it's men with her. Now, I definitely agree with that. I think that every time we see Destiny on this show, it's either hanging with everybody, as in the girlies, or being the bone carrier. So telling Tisha what Nell said and carrying the bone and stuff. I think definitely that comes across as a huge part of her storyline this season. Um, but I do think the whole men thing, I wonder if it's partly editing because it could be that they have shown or that she recorded other things to do with her life and her job and stuff, but then they did not show it on the show. So there is a chance. This is me throwing Destiny a bone. There is a chance. However, does she really have a lot going on with her job? I don't know. Does she have a lot going on with her business? I don't know because I haven't really heard anyone talk about buying Destiny's candles or Destiny's products. So I don't really know for a fact. So it may also be that she just doesn't have much going on. It just may be she doesn't have much going on. If you don't have much going on, then what else are they going to show, right? But the reason I'm giving her a benefit of the doubt with the editing is because I've also seen, like, if you look at the episode of Bell Collective, the reunion for Bell Collective, there was a clip that was going around that was not posted. And it's interesting because I don't understand why that did not make the cut. And this is how you know that the, I don't know, production, Carlos and them lot love the drama. Because it's just like, why? Why is it that like you're not really pushing this quality, right? This quality content, people talking about like Latrice not necessarily wanting to have a child because of the trauma that she experienced. That was a very emotional moment. And then you see the new girl, I can't remember her name, talking about it, right? And she was trying to really talk about how being a mother and the impact that has had in her life. And I felt like that was a very heartfelt, wonderful moment that should have been on the reunion episode. But they edited that out, right? And I just thought, why would you edit that out? It's like you're working against your show. And so that's why I say I give Destiny a little bit of a bone there, because it could be that she really showed a little bit more about her life, but then Carlos and production and everybody over there, not Bravo, at OWN, felt like, well, she's a single woman. We really want to talk about her being single and her dating, so let's push only that. And then that's the storyline that they are giving us. Sometimes more can be shown, and it's just what editing is giving us. But yeah. Peasant is most probably jealous because he ain't eating it anymore. Mm-mm-mm. I wonder who he is getting it from then, because clearly I don't think Martell is definitely going to be going with no sex. There's no way. I don't get the impression that Martell is going to be keeping it like PG. I do not get that impression ever. That Martell is going to be keeping it PG. Not at all. Guys, please hit that like button as you guys come in. Please hit that like button. What was that product again? That is a good question. I think the name of the product was something about, it was giving like Big D or something like that. So I think, let me see if I can go on her page and see if I find it. Big D. I don't even see anything about him. I'm having to scroll further down to see if I can find anything. She's a pretty girl. I'll give her that. Definitely a pretty girl. Okay, so let's do this. I guess this is her products. I see her wearing something called wearing a Madonna t-shirt. Oh, not Sheree in the comments. Oh, Sheree, she by Shein. Okay. Okay, girl. So there's Rich Girl, I guess. So guys, has anyone tried this scent that she is pushing? I don't see anything about the candles. Maybe that's not happening right now. I don't see nothing about no candles, but because I want to make sure I'm being fair. I don't see anything about candles. Maybe she's paused that for now. She seems to be saying introducing Destiny's Law Foundation. That it sounds very confusing. Destiny's Law, because it sounds like some sort of legal thing, but I don't think that's what it is. Yeah, it's very, very odd. Destiny's Laws Foundation, and then it says we're non-profit dedicated to supporting survivors. Okay, so non-profit dedicated to supporting survivors of domestic violence through care, advocacy, and awareness. It is a good cause. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the name, but I think that's probably because she was trying to put her name and her son's name together. But yeah, good luck to everybody involved. Let me move it back to what I was sharing in the past before I decided to go over there and snoop on Destiny's page. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Has Dusty got custody of her son, or Labari got custody? I have no idea. I'm not sure what has happened recently, because I feel like it's been a bit quiet on that front when it comes to them. I haven't heard anything new from the bushes, not heard nothing, so I think it's probably okay for now. That's a Big D energy, yes, Big D energy, but she changed it, so I think she changed it to Rich Girl or something that I just showed. I think that's what it is. But if anyone has used her products, let us know how you guys found it. To be honest, I haven't seen anybody or heard any from anybody or heard anybody. I don't think I've seen any chat about somebody talking about the products being great, or even using, or anybody even saying they use the product. So I will say that I am not sure. So yeah, definitely not sure about that at all. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Yeah, like maybe see what happens, and see whether like people talk about it in the future. Now let's play the rest of the clip.
Yeah, you have a good time. But when you say dinner, it's a little more intense.
So it sounds like they want to have another family dinner with Nell and the rest of the family. Now, you lot know that Nell has a temper, and Nell is always getting into it at these family dinners. So you guys know what you're doing. And I would not be surprised if production allegedly encouraged this to happen, because that's the only explanation that I can think of. That is the only explanation that I can think of, in my opinion. Okay, let me.
We absolutely have to have it.
Okay, well, let's have it. Let's do it. See how this goes.
I'm an open book.
Are you?
100%.
So you have 4 children and never been married. Why haven't you been married?
This guy is a walking red flag. Walking red flag. Walking red flag. He already showed himself like at the last episode when he was basically talking about a girl needs to put out. That man is a walking red flag. He done exposed himself already. So if Destiny knows what is good for her, this man does not need to be getting a second date. And I hope she knows that.
All Chris said was, he explained it. It was a question that Dad said, I asked him. Now you back on Dad, so it's like, what the hell?
Look at everybody's faces. It's like it's about to go down. Okay?
What?
Nell. Oh my god, Nell takes it too far. Like, I don't understand why Nell always has so much energy for the kids. It's like these, like, don't get me wrong, they're no longer children, they're adults, but like all that hollering and shouting is unnecessary. Now Nell is shouting. That's my opinion. Back then when they were talking about like Nell shouting on Kimmy, nah, Nell wasn't shouting. Now she is.
It's doing a motherfucking lot, and that happened to be me.
It's definitely giving a little bit like, girl, what is going on? That is excessive. Like, why are you always shouting at your family? And it always gives the impression, it's like, why are you screaming so much? Like, everybody's probably looking at you like, Nell, you need to pipe down. Nell is unhinged. Yep. The way she comes across, like, everybody's so cool, calm, and collected. Next, she is on 10. And it's like, sister, pipe down. At the end of the day, this is your family. You love them. They love you. Like, why are you on 100, on 1,000? Like, it's so unnecessary. Like, yeah, man, I don't know about Nell. Sometimes Nell does too much, especially with a family dynamic. It's just too much. There needs to be a limit. Like, you don't need to be screaming in people's ears. Like, don't get me wrong, I was on her side with Kimmy. I am on her side with Kimmy. But when it comes to this here with the family drama, I feel like she takes it too far. She goes way too far with it. Way too far. Bajan said, but she doesn't help herself hopping from man to man. I take it that is Destiny. Yes, I agree with you. I feel like, especially because it's on the show, I think that we would have a lot more empathy, because the truth of the matter is, as a single woman, you are allowed to date. You can date people. That's the whole way you can get to know people. That is the whole way you can get to know people. You can't get to know people if you're not going out on dates, if you're not meeting people, if you're not talking to people. You're not going to get to know anybody. And so I definitely feel like there is merit to her going out on these dates. I just wish she would not be dating from the same community. It's like, okay, You go on a date here, fine, that's okay. Go on a date somewhere else, you know, like stuff like that. It doesn't have to be so serious, you know. That's how I see it, at least. Okay, let's see. One day her no neck is gonna scratch like E.T. Miss Nell, Miss Nell, Miss Nell. Yeah, she definitely needs to pipe down. And she's such a little woman. She is so short that it's like all this energy for what, ma'am? Like, you have so much energy, and it's like you're literally, one of them could just pick you up. You're so little. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.